2019, one of the biggest financial scandals in recent years exploded. A perfect media cocktail mixing the Secretariat of State, a cardinal, a multi-million euro fraud, and a luxurious property in the center of London together as protagonists. It's a scandal that has been revealed as the tip of the iceberg of a murky and sometimes corrupt system of managing money set for the Pope's charities. 10 people were charged. Among them are ex-functionaries of the Holy See, monsignors and consultants, and even an important prelate, the ex-substitute of the Vatican Secretariat of State, the then Archbishop Giovanni Angelo Becciu. Faced with this situation, Pope Francis decided to actively intervene, modifying a series of norms and laws. It's a decision that not all have agreed with, seeing as the changes were made with the trial already underway. But let's start at the beginning. It all begins in 2014, when the Vatican Secretariat of State decides to invest about 200 million euros in the purchase of stock in a luxurious property in the center of London. The then number 2 of the Secretariat of State, Monsignor Angelo Becciu, together with Monsignor Alberto Perlasca and Fabrizio Tirabassi, in charge of the administration of the Secretariat, give the green light for the financial operation. But in this case, they don't go to a trusted broker, but they give the management to another intermediary, Raffaele Mincione. From the beginning, the new broker promotes the transaction that he describes as extremely convenient, but in practice, it would prove to be the exact opposite. Finally, in 2018, the transaction is formalized, proving to be a disaster. Time passes and the economic loss inexorably increases. Before this situation, it's decided to pay Mincione off with 40 million euros, and the Secretariat of State passes the management of the London property to a new broker, Gianluigi Torzi, who, together with Mincione and 8 others, would end up on the list of those charged with fraud, abuse of power, embezzlement, and money laundering, among other things. Some time passes and the contract with Torzi proves to be a mistake. The Holy See continues to lose money. Faced with this situation, and after the dismissal of Monsignor Perlasca, Becciu's secretary, Monsignor Mauro Carlino, is put in charge of the negotiation of the payment of Gianluca Torzi. The negotiation is concluded with a payout of 15 million euros. Monsignor Carlino would be accused of extortion and abuse of power. In 2019, the scandal around the London property explodes, and Pope Francis actively intervenes by way of 4 reports, solicited by the promoters of justice. That is to say, 4 responses written personally by the pontiff about controversial juridical themes applicable to this concrete case. With these documents, Pope Francis intervenes in the London case, nullifying the official secret and authorizing the use of any instrument for the interception of information, among other things. Finally, on July the 27th, 2021, the Vatican trial begins. The 10 charged respond to accusations related to the illicit use of funds managed by the Secretariat of State. Among them, the figure of Monsignor Angelo Becciu stands out, who in September of 2020 renounced his position as prefect of the Congregation for the Causes of Saints, losing at the same time his privileges as a cardinal. For example, he will not be able to participate in a future conclave. It's the first time that a cardinal has been judged by the Tribunal of the Vatican City-State, due to a change in canon law that Pope Francis made 2 months before the beginning of the trial. Until that moment, cardinals could only be judged by the Supreme Tribunal of the Apostolic Signatura, composed of 3 cardinals. Becciu declares himself innocent of all the accusations. The ex-substitute of the Apostolic Secretariat will have to respond to the accusations of abuse of power and bribery. Up until today, the trial for the London property continues slowly. The next audience, planned by the President of the Tribunal of the Vatican City-State, will be on the 18th of February 2022.